I'm going to give you a 3-part formula that's going to allow you to design the life of your dreams, transform yourself into the person meant to live that life, and do anything you can think of in the future. You think things and you make them happen. This formula is extremely simple and powerful. I'm Coach Lewis Stockley, and I am a mindset coach. I solely work with people on helping them to move out of their own way, because taking charge of your mindset is actually like climbing a mountain. Step by step, you're getting the gear, you're putting one hand in front of the other. You're not even sure when you're going to reach the top of this mountain, but you're able to just keep plowing forward. And sometimes you can take a look around and see the view from there and understand that it's powerful how far you made it. I've coached many clients through that. Remember, as you watch this, I want you to think of this principle. Simplicity is just purely distilled power. I learned all this formula about 7 to 8 years ago. I was bouncing around from business to business to business, because back then I knew that working in IT for a career for me was just not fulfilling at all. I would think about going to my job every day and feel like I was going somewhere to be tortured. I literally didn't feel like I was helping anybody, and I felt so much shame and guilt because I'm making all the money I should be making, right? 6 figures. I have all the degrees, I have awards, I have accolades, but for some reason I just don't feel like I know who I am. I don't feel like the father, like the husband, like the person that Lewis needs to be in order to show up in every area of my life powerfully. This formula was the missing piece. One of the other things holding me back was that I had an addiction issue, and I had to hit rock bottom way back at that point, because that was the only way I was going to start redesigning myself in order to fill in for these missing pieces that I'm about to give you. Number 3 of these is powerful, so stay till the end and watch this full out, because you're going to be able to do this for yourself too. Design the life that you want to have. I've been a coach for 7 to 8 years now, whether I wanted to or not. I really didn't have a choice, because it just was a calling for me. But that's a benefit for you, because on this channel, I'm going to give you the game. I don't want you to just keep it for yourself and use it to design your own dream life and live the life of your dreams. I want you to give it to other people as well. So subscribe to this channel, support it, like it, and share it with people that you want to see do well. Share it with your enemies too, because when they're pursuing their dreams, they're gonna feel 100% all right. So one of the first things I discovered on my journey to bring myself back up with newfound wisdom and knowledge of who I really was I had this idea that I had to start discovering what my gifts were. What was I good at? What was I powerful at? That's the first part of this formula, your gifts. You need to understand and start paying attention and being more aware, because I had that same issue. I just wasn't aware of what I was good at because I had doubted myself, I didn't realize that one of my most powerful gifts is the one that has me speaking in front of you right now. And it's not my ability to speak. It's actually my ability that I've dubbed mind over matter. Popular statement, but I figured out that in every past instance of my life, whether there were challenges or not, if I saw it up here and I had the strongest desire to make it happen, usually after a while it will always happen. Things will line up. It will powerfully come into fruition because of the simple fact that I imagined it. That's one of my gifts. That's actually what my whole channel is about, teaching you how to do that. So the number 1 part of this formula is your gifts. Now number two is, once you've discovered your gift, I want you to figure out, and I mean discover it as in fully explore it. The second part of this is huge. You see, my gift didn't truly mature and come into fruition until I did this second thing. I learned how to use my gift to help other people. I'd been using it to help myself forever. That's why other people would look at it and say, man, how do you do that? Every time you say you're going to do something, it usually always happens. I used it for myself selfishly without even realizing how powerful it was for a long time. Well, it didn't change and get even better until I started using it and teaching it to other people that had difficulty in their lives, transforming them, designing the life of their dreams, right? And why are you saying, okay, this is about me, I'm trying to design my dream life? Why are you telling me that number 2 is to help other people, use it to impact other people? I'm telling you that because through other people, your dreams will manifest a lot faster. You actually will build a movement. You will actually have a part in changing the world for the better, because if you use your gift to help other people get what they want, then they in turn take in this nice positive energy and they go out and do the same. It's the butterfly effect in real. And literally for me, I've had people call me years later saying, because of the talks we had and the work we did, I'm going to be starting a professional MMA fight. It's always been my dream to be a fighter. Or my arthritis is gone. All these different things that just seemingly came to fruition because I helped by teaching them my gifts step by step through my coaching process. Now, those 2 are huge. You figure yourself out. You learn how to help people with that. And then the last piece is you design your mission, your purpose around those things. Your purpose. Your purpose is closely correlated to your gifts and to how you show up and help people. Between those 2, you're going to figure out why you were placed on this spinning rock that we call Earth. And when you have a powerful purpose, the life of your dreams begins to unfold. Why? Because the habits that make sense to support that powerful purpose that you have passion behind now, those habits start to show up and develop. And the bad habits that you have, they start to go away. When you know that you're aligned with your purpose, you think about it with every decision. So the decision to watch Netflix, or pick up that cigarette, or to binge eat, or to be distracted, those decisions become a lot easier. It makes sense to avoid those different things because they mess with your purpose. When you have a strong sense of purpose, you naturally gravitate away from the things that don't serve you and move towards the people, the opportunities, and the habits that do serve you. When you change your habits, you change your actions, you change your beliefs about yourself and your external world, and the life of your dreams just starts to slowly happen. And the beautiful part is that one simple statement that everybody says, but is really hard to just quantify. Life is about the process, the journey, not the destination. You begin to realize that. You feel excited as you watch all these different unknown things start to unfold. And everybody around you is benefiting from that energy, benefiting from those actions you're taking. And your life is taking massive steps forward. So recap on this formula. Number 1, you want to figure out what your natural gifts are. Everybody has natural gifts. And if you can't figure out what it is, or you're trying to say you don't have any, it's because you do not put any value on yourself yet. So work on valuing yourself more. You'll figure out what you're good at really fast. Number 2, once you have a hold on what your gift is and you've been starting to master it or figuring out how it works, figure out how to use it to help other people, and then start small doing that. It doesn't matter if you have a day job or anything else. It doesn't have to be a profession, but find a way to give back, even volunteer with it. Teach someone, mentor a family member, help somebody who could use what you have to teach, because everybody needs that kind of help. Example is my daughter. She sucks at math, but she's powerful at connecting with people. She kept people in her friend group that were excellent at math to the point where they can break it down very simple. That's their gift. And they helped her by imparting that powerful gift to her. They taught her how to handle math, and she raised her grades over that. Same thing, people using their gifts to impact each other, and because of that, she's passing and able to move on to the next grade in high school. Number 3, once you have those 2, you're helping people, and you know what your gift is, start designing your purpose and your mission around it. And that mission can be kind of selfish, be a millionaire, or build generational wealth for my family and myself. Whatever it is, you need to create that. and come up with your purpose around everything. Your purpose is linked to your gift and how it impacts other people. You cannot have a purpose without those things. We're not meant to be solo creatures as human beings. We're connected on the very deepest levels. You think of somebody, and on some certain level, no matter where they are in the world, they can feel that connection. It's crazy and has been tested. So you want to make sure that you find out what your purpose is and write it down on paper. Now, this is a process to figure out these 3 pieces of the formula and then take them and actually put them into working, actionable steps. So I'm going to break it down for the first one for you. And I'll probably make some other videos on the other 2 and go into that process. So you definitely want to subscribe to catch those. So for the first part, figuring out what your gifts are, one of the things that I did was I picked 10 people that were closest to me, wrote their names down on the list, and one after another, I messaged or I gave them calls or texts, and I asked them, you've known me for such a long time. What do you feel like my superpower is if I would have one? What do you think they said for me? Mind over matter. That's exactly what they said for me. That's why I came to the conclusion I did about what my gifts were. What you want to do, not everybody's going to give the same answer, is find those ones that seem to line up, or the one that shows up the most, it's the most reoccurring, and then start there. But don't throw the other ones out yet, but explore the one that correlates the most, that shows up the most first. And in that one, you're going to figure out what your gift is. Now, after you have that, you want to start sitting with yourself for a little bit and think about all the ways you've used it in the past to get ahead. Used it in the past to overcome challenges. Used it in the past to do different things. And think about if it came easy to you to do those things. One of my gifts is when I was 10 years old, my mom went to work. And while she was at work, I came home from school. I saw the VCR under the TV. And I said, I wonder how this damn thing works. I'm really, really curious about how this thing works. I was always curious, still am. So I sat there staring at this thing, agonizing over the decision that I knew I was going to inevitably make. I decided I'm going to take this VCR apart. Literally, I went under the sink in the kitchen, grabbed our little mini toolkit, nothing special, screwdriver and stuff. Took that VCR out, unplugged it, and then I just went to town. I started looking for screw holes and everything. I took it completely apart, piece by piece by piece. But the powerful, crazy thing is, to my dismay, I hear the door to the apartment creak open and my mom walks in, and I'm sitting there, and picture this, sitting there in the living room with this dumbfounded look on my face, pieces of the VCR just all around me. And she literally was like, what in the world are you doing right now? And the first thing that popped into my head is what I said to her. Don't worry, I'll put it right back together again. I literally did. It took me maybe 30 minutes to an hour. But I took that entire VCR, I put it back together. And I thought it was a gift in IT, but it's actually just a gift in problem solving. I'm able to just look at problems, break them down, and put it back together with a solution in hand. That's it. That's another one of my gifts. But if you think back and come up with those own stories for yourself, you'll figure out really quick what you're good at. Now, I'm going to let you go. I know this was a long one. Thank you for hanging out with me and listening. I want you to take that first step. Go figure out what your gifts are. And I would be curious as hell to know what your gift is. So once you go and try out this process and figure it out, I want you to come back, leave a comment below, and let me know what your gift is. Hope this has been helpful.